Take me where the pasture breathes, where every silence feels like.
Here is the expanded investigative news-style script rewritten entirely in English. The packing, detailed analytical vocabulary, and professional reporting structure have been explicitly designed to maintain a smooth, authoritative flow lasting approximately 9 minutes, around 1,300 to 1,400 words when read at a measured, journalistic broadcast pace. 1. Planned investigative report structure, 9-minute duration. Hook deconstructing the modern pop blueprint, a powerful opening breaking down the direct conflict between conglomerate expectations and Jordan's radical decision to step away from the corporate machine. Duration, minute. Segment 1, the viral phenom and asset commodification, an in-depth analysis of her early career, the origin of her barefoot vow, and how major talent scouts initially viewed her as a highly exploitable commercial product. Duration, minutes. Segment 2, the Republic Records contract standoff, examining the corporate friction and the subsequent sudden freeze in mainstream promotional support that left millions of fans searching for answers. Duration, minutes. Segment 3, the pitch correction boycott and digital crisis, a look behind closed studio doors at her refusal of autotune, framing it as a major financial risk to algorithm-driven streaming models. Duration, minutes. Segment 4, the off-grid live counter-strategy, reporting on her sudden tactical shift to localized Las Vegas residencies and direct-to-consumer digital broadcasts as a means of decentralized career survival. Duration, minutes. Segment 5, the ultimate gamble on creative sovereignty, concluding with an economic analysis of the long-term risks and rewards of her independent trajectory, leaving the audience to ponder the future of the music industry. Duration, 2 minutes. 2. Investigative news report script, 9 minutes. Good evening, and welcome to this special entertainment investigative bulletin. Tonight, we're unpacking a developing story that is currently sparking fierce debate among industry analysts and high-level music executives across Los Angeles, London, and New York. For nearly a decade, standard commercial calculations predicted that mainstream music industry pipelines would effortlessly transform viral child prodigy Jordan into a highly standardized, multi-platinum pop asset. However, recent analytical data regarding her release schedules, a complete absence of conventional promotional backing, and a radical shift in her live performance strategy indicate a completely different narrative. We are currently witnessing an unprecedented act of structured creative defiance. Our investigative team has spent weeks gathering data from inner studio circles, confirming a sharp ideological rift between traditional corporate management structures and Jordan's uncompromising decision to take total ownership of her artistic destiny. What was universally forecasted to be a predictable, heavily managed climb to the absolute top of the mainstream charts has instead evolved into a quiet revolution that has left major label boardrooms completely stripped of control. To truly understand how this standoff reached a critical tipping point, our reporting must return to the very origin of her public career, where her earliest artistic choices issued an implicit warning to traditional talent scouts. When a young Jordan first captured global headlines, by stepping onto European talent stages completely barefoot, corporate marketing divisions viewed the choice as nothing more than a brilliantly calculated visual gimmick engineered to drive social media engagement metrics. However, background records confirm that this decision was never a manufactured market strategy. Rather, it was a sacred, deeply personal promise made to an unhoused child she encountered during her early years. This early refusal to commercialize or alter her authentic values served as the first definitive sign that Jordan possessed a natural resistance to industry conditioning. In the standard operating procedure of major entertainment conglomerates, when a raw, uniquely gifted acoustic powerhouse is acquired, the immediate corporate directive is to strip away niche stylistic eccentricities. The goal is to inject a universal, heavily produced pop formula that appeals to the widest possible mass market. Yet, as Jordan transitioned into a formal recording artist, her foundational values remained entirely unyielding, setting the stage for an inevitable collision with the industry's primary power brokers. Entering the most critical phase of this unfolding situation, our investigation leads us behind the closed executive doors of Republic Records, a dominant global label powerhouse that anchors some of the most influential pop entities on the planet. Following the signing of a massive, highly publicized contract that theoretically granted Jordan access to the absolute highest tier of global distribution and mainstream media networks, the momentum behind her official rollouts suddenly and mysteriously flattened. This abrupt freeze sparked intense speculation across digital media forums and industry circles alike. By analyzing recent comparative release trends, our team uncovered a profound ideological chasm regarding the artist's sonic direction. Corporate stakeholders heavily pressured the singer to adopt high-tempo, radio-friendly pop arrangements heavily driven by electronic production, while Jordan adamantly defended her classic, jazz-infused vocal identity and timeless blues arrangements. Within the modern entertainment ecosystem, when a developing artist rejects the structural vision of a major label, the standard corporate response is a tactical reduction in marketing capital. This method is designed to force artistic compliance through manufactured commercial stagnation. However, rather than yielding to the immense pressure of a diminished promotional push, Jordan chose to embrace the silence, proving she was entirely willing to let her traditional rollouts stall rather than release material that compromised her artistic integrity. Perhaps the most disruptive point of contention identified by our investigation involves a technical inside the recording studio, an area where corporate control is traditionally absolute. Reliable reports from inter-production circles reveal that Jordan established an uncompromising mandate, an absolute non-negotiable ban on the use of pitch correction software, digital auto-tune, or modern vocal compression layering on any of her master tracks. In the contemporary music business, digital optimization is considered a fundamental, mandatory industry standard required to secure placement on major streaming playlists and algorithmic radios. Jordan's strict refusal to submit to this digital standardization was viewed by executive teams as an act of open financial sabotage against her own commercial viability. By rejecting a hyper-polished, digitally corrected product, she effectively dismantled the modern pop blueprint, prioritizing raw organic vulnerability over synthetic perfection. This ideological impasse created a major crisis in label boardrooms, as executives faced the terrifying commercial prospect of marketing a completely unedited acoustic artist in an era entirely dominated by synthesized, algorithmically optimized audio tracks. Facing a completely frozen traditional distribution pipeline, Jordan quietly executed a brilliant, sophisticated counter-strategy that completely bypassed mainstream media gatekeepers. Our team has closely tracked her recent transition toward localized, unannounced live performances and direct-to-consumer digital broadcasts, most notably her unheralded residency appearances at the Las Vegas resort. Devoid of multi-million-dollar corporate ad campaigns or highly coordinated national radio tour, she chose to cultivate and sustain her global audience entirely through the power of grassroots word-of-mouth and unfiltered digital interactions. This tactical pivot represents an intentional decentralization of her brand. Jordan is actively demonstrating that an artist possessing a genuinely exceptional raw talent can maintain immense global relevance and high audience retention without purchasing the blessings of an entertainment board. It is a quiet, highly coordinated rebellion that openly challenges the very necessity of the legacy label system, fundamentally altering how independent artists view the path to long-term career sustainability. This developing situation leaves the global music community facing a profound question regarding the future of artistic sovereignty in a highly corporatized media landscape. History dictates that musicians who actively sever ties with the major label apparatus almost always face insurmountable institutional barriers, ranging from strict distribution bottlenecks to complete exclusion from major television networks and elite industry award consideration. Yet Jordan's unorthodox trajectory is providing a massive anomaly, suggesting that traditional gatekeepers may no longer hold an absolute monopoly over an artist's ultimate destiny. Whether this bold, independent pivot will ultimately restrict her maximum commercial reach or permanently cement her legacy as a historic pioneer for creative freedom remains a subject of intense debate among entertainment economists. One conclusion, however, remains absolutely undeniable from a journalistic standpoint. Jordan has successfully reclaimed full authorship of her own narrative, leaving the corporate music industry to sit in the audience and watch as a brand new set of rules is written. We will continue to monitor this independent movement closely as further analytical updates emerge. Good evening.